EFCC detains Emefiele after DSS frees ex-CBN governor. So what is happening here is that DSS has released both Emefiele and Bawa, the EFCC, former EFCC chairman. Okay, and immediately they were released, the next thing was that EFCC went and took Emefiele, okay, into custody. Wow. I'm sure the new EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, is going to continue what Jagaban wants to do to this man. It's such a very bad situation that this man is facing. It's not looking smart at all. With all that he has done, look at the way they're dragging him like a criminal. Okay? Very unfortunate situation for him. I pity him because he thought he was smart, but he wasn't smart. Former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, is currently being detained in the custody of the EFCC. The Punch can confirm that Emefiele, who is currently being interrogated at the national headquarters of the anti-graft agency JABI, Abuja, was picked up by EFCC operatives Thursday night, less than an hour after he regained his freedom from the dungeon of the Department of State Services, DSS. An impeccable source revealed the development to our correspondent Friday morning, noting that EFCC is probing Emefiele over alleged impropriety during his term as the head of the Apex Bank. Yes, Emefiele is currently in our EFCC custody. He was arrested last night, less than an hour after the DSS freed him. He is currently being interrogated at the headquarters as he is being investigated for alleged misappropriation of funds, amongst other things, during his term as CBN governor, the source noted. Our correspondent further gathered that fresh charges may be filed against Emefiele by the EFCC. Meanwhile, the spokesperson for the EFCC, Dele Oyewale, could not be reached for official confirmation when contacted by our correspondent on Friday. The Punch reported that Emefiele has been in the custody of the DSS since June after President Bola Tinubu suspended him from office. Okay. He was thereafter asked to hand over his responsibilities to Folasodun Shonubi, the then Deputy Governor, Operations Directorate at the Apex Bank. A day after the DSS announced that Emefiele was in his custody for some investigative reasons, on July 25, he was arraigned on a 2-count charge bordering on illegal possession of firearms at a federal high court in Lagos and was granted bail in the sum of 20 million naira. The 2-count charge was later struck out on August 17 after the federal government withdrew the same. However, a fresh 20-count charge was instituted against him over an alleged conspiracy to carry out procurement fraud, among others. The arraignment has been stalled twice, and Emefiele was reported to have proposed a plea bargain agreement with the federal government. Now, the proposed agreement required Emefiele to resign as CBN governor and disgorge some assets. However, on September 22, the CBN officially confirmed Emefiele's resignation after Olayemi Cardoso was appointed as substantive governor of the Apex Bank. So with all of that, Emefiele has been rearranged now by the EFCC and interrogation continues. But the question is, it's not EFCC will not, it's just like any of the, anti-graft agencies without integrity if they deal with only Emefiele. Because already we know that Akpabio has a case there that has not been touched. What is his name? Orji's Okalo had a case that has not been touched. What is his name again? The national chairman of APC need to be looked into. The now Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, former Zamfara State Governor, need to be touchlighted. So a lot of them have cases that have not been touched. So dealing with Emefiele alone, that is not to say Emefiele is free. It should be investigated, but should not be investigated alone. Even Bawa, that has been released, was actually arrested in connection with a Naira redesign that was done by Emefiele. And I'm sure that is part of the cases that he put to Emefiele. But now Bawa has been released without charge, without any indictment, without anything on him. So why did you keep him all these months if you don't have anything against him? Okay? And if you are arrested in connection with Emefiele, why sending him home? And now EFCC is carrying Emefiele. So is EFCC going to go and carry their former boss as well, who is Bawa himself? So Nigeria is something else. I tell you, when it comes to justice, they really don't have anything to give Nigerians. It's quite a very bad situation, and I hope that we'll get out of it one day. So now that Emefiele has been taken again into custody by EFCC, so let's see how far they will go with that case. Okay, there are a few comments here, and somebody saying, what is this? Now, his nemesis came on time. After EFCC let the police detain him. After the police let the army detain him. After the army let the navy detain him. And after the navy let the Air Force detain him, even in the air. So after the Air Force let the civil defense detain him. In fact, every agency that had both legal and illegal power to detain, can you imagine, should detain this man. Nigeria suffered. We heard within, okay, my 100K disappeared from account to date. They should rotate his detention like football passes. Okay, and somebody saying, my fundamental observation is that all mentioned that none of Buhari minister we have been arrested. If it's not selective, it's one after the other. So let them start their work with financial institutions first. Our complaint day and night was issued of money. Wow, some people they write. I beg, that one hard me to read. I write to plead with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission should please deal with Emefiele if he is found guilty. If what he's arraigned for, this same man had no pity for citizens of Nigeria at large. He has misused our money to bellyful his families, while we, the citizens, we are the people that suffer it most. Okay, so that is a very good one. But also go and look for the Accountant General Federation, go and look for the Attorney General Federation, Malami, go and look for most ministers that work on that Tinubu, go and look for the man that had that was in charge of the national, the NIN NIN project in Nigeria. So a lot of the ministers that work under Buhari should be arrested if we are to finish work very well as anti-graft agency. And someone say you should report to my house after EFCC investigation because I have some questions for him from my house. You go to my girlfriend's house. Okay. So do we need to remind EFCC that NNPC, our goose that laid the egg, did not remit a fine to the National Treasury for almost 24 months, and 50% of the crude was being stolen? When will DSS and EFCC invite Melekiari for discussion? Buhari government looted the economy, borrowed and carted away, yet no minister has been probed. Very useless and corrupt organization. Let them go after all those people. That's what we're saying. It's not only Emefiele. That is not to say Emefiele is free, but it is obviously not only Emefiele. Until that is done, no job is completed. Thank you for listening. Let's have your comment.